Once upon a time, in a quaint little town nestled between hills and rivers, there lived a boy named Arman. Arman was an ordinary boy in many ways. He went to school, did his homework, and played with his friends. Yet, he possessed a gift that made him extraordinary, a singing voice so pure and melodious that it could make even the hardest hearts soften. Birds seemed to pause to listen, and neighbors often whispered about the boy whose voice carried the warmth of sunlight. But Arman was painfully shy. The thought of singing in front of others filled him with dread. He feared judgment, criticism, and ridicule. In his mind, the world was full of eyes and ears, ready to pick apart any imperfection. And so, he kept his voice hidden, singing only when he was alone in his room, where his melodies were free to roam, but never shared with anyone. His parents, noticing his talent, gently encouraged him to perform. "Arman," his mother would say, "you have a gift. Don't keep it to yourself." His father added, "A talent hidden is like a lamp covered with a cloth. It cannot light the way for anyone." Arman would smile and nod, but deep inside, he was too scared to heed their advice. One day, the school announced a grand cultural event, inviting students to showcase their unique talents. Arman's heart raced when he heard the news. The idea of performing in front of the entire school made his stomach churn. He tried to ignore the announcement, hoping someone else would take the stage and distract attention away from him. But his teacher, Mrs. Rahim, noticed the hesitation in his eyes. "Arman," she said softly one afternoon, "I know you have a voice that can touch hearts, but talent is not meant to be hidden. It is a light, and a light kept in darkness cannot guide anyone." Her words struck a chord deep within him, yet fear clung stubbornly, whispering doubts. "What if I mess up? What if they laugh?" The day of the event arrived. Backstage, Arman's hands trembled, and his heart pounded like a drum. He watched other students perform with ease, and each performance seemed to amplify his anxiety. When it was turn, he almost turned and ran, ready to hide forever. But then, he remembered Mrs. Rahim's words. The light within him needed to shine. Taking a deep breath, he stepped onto the stage. The auditorium fell silent. Arman's first note was fragile, barely audible, like a candle flickering in the wind. He hesitated for a moment, doubting himself. But as he took another breath, the fear slowly melted into determination. He poured every ounce of emotion, every silent wish he had whispered in his room into his song. His voice grew stronger and clearer, weaving through the room, wrapping every listener in its warmth. Faces softened, eyes glistened, and even the sternest principal looked captivated. By the time he reached the final note, the auditorium erupted in thunderous applause. Arman's heart soared. He had done it. He had let his light shine. That night, lying in bed, Arman reflected on the experience. For years he had hidden his voice, believing that shielding it from the world would protect him. But he now realized that hiding his gift had only kept him from joy and prevented others from experiencing something beautiful. The fear that had once seemed so overwhelming now appeared insignificant compared to the happiness of sharing his talent. From that day onward, Arman no longer feared judgment. He sang whenever he could, at school, in community events, and even in small gatherings. He discovered that the world was not as critical as he had imagined, and the joy he brought to others became the greatest reward of all. Lesson: every person carries a gift, a light, or a talent within them. Fear may tempt us to hide it, but courage allows it to shine. Don't let the fear of judgment silence your voice, dim your talents, or hide your light. When you share your gifts with the world, you not only illuminate your own path, but also inspire, uplift, and touch the lives of countless others.